Hi guys, it's Sarah from The Lonely Rose 9314, and as you may have noticed, I'm not in my usual setting, and that's because I'm actually at my parents' house in my hometown at the moment, and this is their room, but it has stuff that was moved from my room to their room since they just recently moved, and I apologize for lying, there's like this big light right here shining on my screen, so no, you're not seeing that, that's just a light. But since I'm at my parents' house, I decided to go through my books. And I have like 2 boxes full of books here. And they're my old books that I didn't take with me to my home, the place where I'm living. So I thought it'd be fun to show that instead. Yeah, I know it's a movie review Monday, actually. But funny thing is I haven't seen any movies recently, well, except Jennifer's Body, but I already saw that one once. So, without further ado, I thought I'd rather do this one instead. So let's just jump onto it. Okay, the first book I have here. I'm actually gonna be surprised at some of these books that I actually have because I haven't looked at my books in a while. So this is like a big giant unboxing, so that's one. Okay, the first thing I have right here is Blackbird Volume 3. I bought a lot of manga and anime whenever I was with one of my ex-boyfriends. He was obsessed with anime, so I thought to have something in common with him, because we really didn't have a lot in common. I would try to pick up manga. It didn't really work for me, but this is one of the ones I actually enjoyed. So I got Volume 3 right here, so I'm probably going to take that back when I go back to where I'm using it. And then I was looking forever for my House of Night posters because I knew I had more than 3. So I found my Aerox one, which I'm happy about because, spoilers, turn it down if you haven't heard this. I'll put in the poster whenever I'm done. But we all know it's Heath in human form. Aerox is Heath. He has Heath's essence. So I was like, hey, he actually looks like Heath. He's really hot too. So yeah, I decided to get this one. So that's another one I have. This one, just to let you guys know, this video might be split into 3 parts because I do have a lot of books to get through, and YouTube's not gonna let me record more than 4 to 5 minutes without problems. Next book I have here is TMI by Patty Blunt, sorry. And then I'm not really sure what's it about. I haven't really read it yet, so this one's also going home. This one's going home to Portales Me for sure because it's gonna be in my TBR jar now. So I have that one. Next up, I have Black Butler Volume 1. One of my ex-boyfriend's favorites, actually. But I didn't really get into it. But I still have it here, and he's hot, so I don't even remember his name. That's how much I really don't care for anime. Another one I have that I was so happy that I found because I got it from Amazon. I got all the paperbacks of Vampire Academy, like, you know, those hideous VA covers changes that I did. Yeah, I don't like them. So I got my gorgeous hardbound cover of Last Sacrifice from my parents' house. And I'm so happy. I'm not happy that there is spills on my book that I had no knowledge of, but I'm happy I have my hardback cover of Last Sacrifice back because I missed it, and this is one of my favorite covers. I know they might look girly to some people, but I really enjoyed it. Next thing I found was actually my old journal that I used to keep all my fan fiction stories in. So I was happy to find this, especially since I have more outlines in there that I haven't finished yet. And other 2 posters I got from House of Night are, look, I think it's Kelowna's son, actually. I believe that's Heaven right there, and he's hot. So that's another plus. This one, actually, Zoe's head got ripped off on this one. So maybe it's not a smart idea to hang this one up. But I do like the hand part, even though I fucking hate Stark. If you don't know this, I would crown Stark like a douche canoe boyfriend. I didn't like Stark. I don't like him and Zoe together. And here's hoping they break up. Even though they probably won't. We all know it. Okay, next set of books. Because I got a lot of books to get through. Actually, I didn't get all my Laura Lane McDaniel books when I moved like I thought I did. So, some of these are a surprise to me. So, I have here, I'll Be Seeing You by Laura Lane McDaniel, which is about this popular guy. He gets blinded by a chemical accident in chemistry, and this girl is disfigured, so she's trying to make it seem like she's not, even though she is. She's trying to be someone else. This was a good book. I liked it. Another one which was very sad for me to read was The Time Capsule by Lauren McDaniel. This one is about two sets of twins, and then her brother gets cancer. So it was hard to read about that too. It's sad. Another one, I haven't finished reading, but I've read quite a lot of it, was Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep. I can't remember how this book went, but I remember reading. Another one I've read is Journey of Hope. This one doesn't really include, I think it might actually include cancer. I know it's about this girl. Her name is Heather. Well, the first one is about a girl named Heather. This is a 2 companion set novel. It's about this girl named Heather. She goes to Africa. She's a part of what is that one organization called that goes overseas to help people? She's a part of that organization. I'm sorry if I butchered it. I don't really know what it's called. I can't name it off the top of my head. But she goes to Africa to help dying children. And in the second story, it turns out that she picked up a string of the AIDS virus, either AIDS or HIV. So this one was a sad read. The second one is more of her younger sister picking up from where she left off. But this one, sad. Next book I have here is from Katie McGrary, and that is Dare You To. It's the second one in the Quartet novels, I believe, by her. And this one's pretty good. It was slow in the middle. I like her books, but they kind of tend to drag on sometimes. So that was it for that set of books. Well, it's not done yet. I still got like 3,000 more books to get through. This one, oh my god. This one is such a tearjerker. I'm actually gonna bring this to my house because it's literally heartbreaking. And this one is Telling Christina Goodbye. What happens in this one is there are 4 friends one day driving back from a basketball game. They get in a car crash, and one of their friends dies in it. So this is all about the struggle of getting through her best friend dying and having a boyfriend who's literally in a coma and doesn't know wakes up not knowing who she is. It's really heart-wrenching, and I loved this book. It was so beautifully done. It was different from what she normally does, so I liked that one. This one I didn't really get through, and that was Willow by Julia Hubin. It's about this. All I know is it's about this girl who cuts herself. I've got to page. I got to chapter 11, page 204 before I stopped reading it. I don't know why I stopped reading it. I guess it was just boring to me. You know, it's not like it's a bad concept. It's not my cup of tea. But maybe now it would be better. Next one I have here is Red Riding Hood, which was... Do you know that Red Riding Hood was based off a book? I didn't know that. I thought... Well, I know it's a children's book, but here's a book that's written about it. It's actually pretty interesting. It doesn't tell me the author, though. It actually doesn't, which makes me weirded out, but whatever. Another book I have yet to actually finish reading. I actually got pretty far in this one. I got to page 223, and that's almost the end of the story, and that's Twisted by Laurie Halse Anderson. So I don't know why I didn't finish this one. I don't even remember what it's about. So this is going to be on my TBR right here. Here along with Willow. Another story is a story of a girl. I remember reading this one. I just can't remember what it's like. You know some books that you just read and then you forget. This one's that one. So yay for that one. Next set of books. Wow, gosh, Sarah, why do you have to have so many books? It's just 'cause I do, guys. This one is My Soul to Take by Rachel Vincent. I'm not going to explain what all these books are about. This one is actually pretty interesting. This is a Vampire Mine, and that's a pretty sexy cover. Let's not do that. Vampire Mine by Carolyn Sparks. This is one of my adult novels. And it's got shit spilled all over. That's good. The Battle Scythe by L.J. McDonald. I also have Reunion by Lindsay McKenna. I actually like that cover. I don't know, I love the romancy hot type of covers. And this one, I haven't read all of it, but I plan to. And then, if people don't really know me, I am a huge Lindsay Sands fan. So I got Tall, Dark, and Hungry from her right here. And who doesn't love that? And I also got Hungry for You. So, that one. And then this one I actually read, I really enjoyed, and that is Heart of the Witch by Alicia Dean. So if you're looking for a good book, I suggest this one. It's a good adult novel. And then I got Takedown by Julie Miller, and I haven't read this one yet. So another TBR book. I have to go through my TBR books on this one. Next set of books. I have Captivate Me by Kira Sinclair. I actually have not read this one yet, so that's on my TBR. I'm getting more and more books. I have Dangerous Girls by R.L. Stine, my childhood right here. I've actually read a lot of these books as a child, but I remember reading this one when I was a preteen, and this one was the shit when I was a preteen. It's an early vampire novel. So, I liked this one. Dangerous Girls by R.L. Stine. Next, the other one, I haven't really read this one all the way through. So this is another TBR, and that's The Girlfriend by R.L. Stine. Geez, crazy girlfriend, probably. And then this one, oh yeah, I remember this one. I don't remember how it ends, but this one is The Babysitter by R.L. Stine. They all add this to my TBR. You know, these are short books, and I loved R.L. Stine growing up, so. And this one, I actually remember this one, and that is The New Year's Party. I remember this girl's brother dies. I remember that part. So he starts haunting them. And someone gets revenge for it. But this one was pretty good too. All of R.L. Stine's books, I think, are great. Generally, he's really good at writing horror stories. Next batch of books, like I didn't get enough. I actually got one of my favorite mangas here, and that's Vampire Knight Volume 1 by Matsuri Hunu. Sorry, I'm bad at pronouncing names, but I got Vampire Knight Volume 1. I love Vampire Knight. I love vampires in general. So, this is the one manga I actually got into besides Blackbird and Demon Love Spell. And this one, I'm glad I finally found this one because I have Raina's story and Holly's story back at home. But I found Kathleen's story and Angels in Pink by Laureline McDaniel. And this is actually my favorite one out of all three. Three of them. It's the very first one, too. So I was excited to find that one. And then this one I liked a lot. It's Everlasting Kiss by Amanda Ashley. So that one's pretty good. I know, I'm just saying it's pretty good, but I don't really have time to get into depth about all of them. Because it'll be a super long video. I mean, I still got another huge box to get through and half this box. So the next one I have here is Broken Hearts by R.L. Stine. I actually haven't read it all the way through yet. I got to page... Actually, I just got past the epilogue. I didn't even read this one. So that's on my R.L. Stine TBR right there. Because I'm not leaving a single book untouched. I'll read through all these books. Ooh. The next two I have here are the 5th volume and the 6th volume of Blackbird, which is a manga that I just absolutely love. I'm not going to go too much into depth of what's it about. I would just say pick it up and read it. Demon Blackbird. I don't even know what that was about. Sorry. But this one. I liked those. And then I actually found something that's really close to my heart. It was my English Expo medal for literature. So I'm just going to wear this at the moment. I actually found another thing that's valuable to me today. When I was in a college freshman, I had this roommate named Amber. We were really close. We were like best friends. And today I found our part of our heart necklace, and I was so happy to find it. So I didn't lose it. Yay! Another one I haven't finished yet is Dream Stalker by Jenna Curran. By Jenna Curran, sorry. By Jenna Curran. So, I gotta read this one too. Actually, there's a lot of books on my TBR. I don't even know why I'm not, I didn't bring them with me. Next up, I have a sad book, actually. Yeah, shocking, me have a sad book. And that was The Year I Turned 16 by Diane. I cannot read cursive or anything. So this one's actually pretty good. It's about 4 sisters, and it's all about the year that they turned 16. One of them actually has something tragic happen to them in this book. So that one definitely. Next book I have here is unbelievably The Vampire Diaries by L.J. Smith. If anyone knows me, I hated this book. Absolutely hated the book. Love the series, hate the book. I finished it though, so I don't have to put that on my TBR. This one is actually kind of funny. This one was a parody book. If anyone remembers Nightlight by the Harvard Lampoon, that one I read. I thought it was pretty hilarious. My friend thinks it's kind of stupid, but making fun of stuff isn't supposed to be like the best. Next one I have here is another Lindsay Sands book that I'm not sure if I actually read, and that was Bitten by Cupid by Lindsay Sands, Pamela Palmer, and Jamie Rush. So this one's another book. Actually, no. See, look, I marked it right there. So I gotta finish this one too. Yeah. The next one I have here, oh shocking, I have a cover of Miley Cyrus on it, but it was The Last Song movie cover by Nicholas Sparks. I got this one because, let's face it, Liam Hemsworth is a hottie. But this one, The Last Song. Next one I have here is one I haven't actually read, and I'm starting to read more Nicholas Sparks books. So I have two of them here actually that I haven't read, and that is At First Sight, which hasn't been turned into a movie yet, surprisingly. So I'm going to read this one. That's on my TBR. And the next one I have here is Dear John by Nicholas Sparks. So I'll look forward to reading that one because I actually watched the movie. Book to movie comparison to Dear John, yeah. Who's ready for that one? Next up, I have one of my very favorite authors, and that's Simone Alcalez. And this one is Leaving Paradise by Simone Alcalez. I actually like this one. It was pretty good. I didn't like it as much as Perfect Chemistry. Perfect Chemistry is still my favorite to this day. But that one. This one is actually a book I haven't read yet, and that is Ruined by Paula Morris. So I gotta get this one on my TBR. This one is just a fascinating thing of what I haven't read. This one I don't actually want to read, but I will read if I have to. And that is The Shack by W.M. Paul Young. So that one. Next one I have here is a book that I bookmarked, but I knew. Actually, I haven't got through this one, and that is, but I don't know. They say it's not worth it to read Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stohl. Is it worth it, guys? Okay, question of the day. If you read Beautiful Creatures, is it really worth it? Because I heard the ending sucks, and you don't want to waste time with it. So I'll probably read Beautiful Creatures just to finish out that book, but I probably won't read all of it. This one, I actually finished this awful book. The only reason I got it was because it had a lot of my favorite authors, and that was Kisses from Hell by Christian Cast, Alison Noel, Kelly Armstrong, Rochelle Mead, and Francesca Lee Block. Christian Cast is a co-author of the House of Night series. Alison Noel wrote the Evermore series. Kelly Armstrong did the Reckoning series, and Rochelle Mead, as you know, did the Vampire Academy series. Vampire Cat. Rochelle Mead's wasn't that bad, but everyone else's kind of sucked in this book. So, that one. Next book I have here is one I actually have to get through, and that is Immortal by Rachel Kane, Christian Cass, Claudia Gray, Nancy Holder, Tanith Lee, Rochelle Mead, Cynthia Letchesmith, and Rachel Vincent. This one I have to get through. I read the Rochelle Mead part. Shocking. Multiple offers, and I only read the Rochelle Mead part. But that's how it is. Actually, I read the Rachel Kane one because it was about Shane going after someone. But I don't actually know if I read this next book. I don't think I have, and that is Old Magic by Moraine Carley. I actually haven't read this one yet, actually. So this one's on my TBR list. And this book I actually read, but I got disinterested in the series, and that is Vampire Kisses by Ellen Shoveler. So I got this one, lost interest in the series and whatnot. So I have to get back into the series. It wasn't a bad series, it was just that I had way too many books to be reading on that one. And I'm at the 24-minute mark, but we're almost done with the first box. So that's a good sign. Next one I have here is actually a gorgeous cover. I don't know why I haven't read this one yet. And that is Intertwined by Heather Dixon. And just look at the gorgeous cover art on this one. Isn't it gorgeous? So this one, I'm going to be reading. I don't know why I haven't read it. I guess I just got it from that book fair that I didn't read anything that I got from. Like I said, more interesting books. Not a lot of time. And no, that nothing but time. Next one I have here is actually a book that I actually enjoyed that I didn't think I would, and that's L.A. Candy by Lauren Conrad. This one's interesting, I must say. I wanted to pick up the sequel. I just didn't get around to it. Next thing I have here is, God, this one is awful, but I decided not to leave a single book unturned, so I'll be reading Jonah's Beautiful Dead by Eden McGuire. So hopefully this one gets better. If it doesn't, toss. I don't care. I'm going to be moving to Florida in here, so I'm going to have to do some really harsh book stuff, and what to leave them at. Next thing I have here is actually a CD thing, not really a CD/magazine thing. And that was the booklet that Red had in it at first by Taylor Swift. You can see a lot of pictures in it. So I don't know why I still have it actually, but I do. Since apparently I'm the ultimate Swiftie because I can name all her lyrics. Next set of books, and we're almost done with this one, guys. I might actually not have to do a second book haul thing. Actually, I'll probably do a second book haul. It'll just be, separated, because I do have books that I got from thriftstore.com to show you guys. So that'll be fun. Next book I have here is Wrong Number by R.L. Stine. And then I have Cut by Patricia McCormick. I have Hit and Run by R.L. Stine. I have Wolf Trap, which I haven't got to yet, so another TBR. And Fallen Refuge by Amy Rencher. And Red Wolf by Linda Thomas Sandstrom. So a lot of TBRs right there. So that was it for the first box. This one right here, I think I'm going to take home. This will be for my TBR. I'm going to have one box for books that are staying here. Unfortunately, my last act press will probably have to stay here. But that's okay. No, that'll be fine for a little while. Next set of books. Alright, at the 28-minute mark. Sorry guys, I had to check my time. Like I said. Next book is actually an L.J. Smith book that I actually enjoyed. That's The Forbidden Game by L.J. Smith. I love Julian and Jenny's relationship in this. It is fascinating. This is a really fascinating book. So, if you haven't read it yet, I would get into it. There's a lot of dust in here. Next set of books. I have is Blackbird Volume 2. So I have a lot of Blackbird stuff up in here. One of my Blackbirds just fell, and that's Blackbird Volume 8. I got all the volumes, probably. Next I have here is Blackbird Volume 7. And then here's another one I actually couldn't get into, even though all my friends are into it, and that's Soul Eater Volume 1. Next up, I told you guys that I actually have gotten into this book, and that is Revelations by Melissa De La Cruz, which is the third book, I believe, in the Blue Bloods novels. I wish they would number these, honestly. They don't. It's kind of hard to tell. Next set of books, shall we? There's actually not a lot of books up in this one, like there was in the other one, so I might have to get through them. Might get through them relatively fast. Next book I have here is the actual first book, and that is Blue Bloods by Melissa De La Cruz. And I marked this as to be read. Next one I have here is Lord of Misrule and Carpe Corpus, and that is the Volume 3 of the Morganville Vampires. Have I read this one to full use? I believe I did. Yay! So I got this one. I like Morganville Vampires. I just need the next volume. This one I definitely had to take with me. And that is part of my Ellen Hawkins set, and that is Burn by Ellen Hawkins. Which I told you guys, since you've seen me hold up smoke a lot. Burned is the first book in that series. So this one's definitely coming with. I don't care if I read it or not. Next one I have here is the Night World by L.J. Smith. This one includes Dark Angel, The Chosen, and Soulmate. So these ones are another L.J. Smith one that I actually really like. I actually really like L.J. Smith. I just don't like her Vampire Diary series. I don't like that one whatsoever. I find Elena to be a really annoying protagonist in the books. And here's one actually I have to read still, and that's Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. I guess I don't know what it is about Lauren Oliver that I don't like. I just don't like her writing style, I guess. I love the symbolism of her books and stuff. I just don't like the writing. Next one I have here is The Dead Girls Dance by Rachel Kane, which is the second book in the Morganville Vampire series. Next I have Night World, Volume 3. That's Huntress, Black Dawn, and Witchlight. Next up I have the first one in the Night World series was The Secret Vampire, Daughters of Darkness, and Spellbinder. This one is actually my favorite one out of all three. Although the second one comes pretty damn close. This one, I'm actually happy for one of these books because I finally found it. And I no doubt it's coming back with me. But the first one I have here is another book I have to get through, and that's Awake at Dawn by C.C. Hunter. So I have to finish that one. That one actually wasn't a bad series. I don't know why I didn't get into it. This one is the first one of my Demon Love Spells manga that I still haven't read one. This manga right here that I'm about to show you is so weird that I couldn't get into, and that's Pandora Hearts Volume 1. The first manga I ever wasn't suggested, and I hated it. And then this one, everyone knows I have a huge love for this series, and I finally found my first book, and that is The Unbecoming Amara Dyer. See, look. Isn't it a pretty cover? I just love these covers so much. I'll never want to be let down again. Ugh. Ow. Next up, running out of breath there. I have Crank by Ellen Hawkins. This one, I told you guys, it got ruined by Sunshade, so I need another one. But this is my original paperback of Frostbite. And yes, I know, so much book abuse. Next one I have here is The Summoning by Kelly Armstrong, which I have Reckoning back at my place. And here's my other 3 books, right? Within range. Next one I have Glass Houses by Rochelle Kane, which is the first book to Morganville Vampires. This one is the second book in the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy, and that's 50 Shades Darker. Yes, I do read 50 Shades of Grey. Am I a bad person? No. This one I have to take with me because it's the third one in the House of Night series. Next up I have one that I didn't know I was at my parents' house, and that was my Frostbite graphic novel. So that was fun to figure out. And then I have Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. So I was happy to find this one, because I have all my other ones back in my house with me. Then I have The Mourningville Vampires Volume 2, and that's got Midnight Alley and Feast of Fools. So I got this one. I might have actually not read the third one. I might actually have to bring the series back and reread it, because I don't remember half of it. And then I got 50 Shades Free, which is the third one in 50 Shades of Grey. So that, we're almost done with the book haul. Next up, I got Blue Moon by Alison Noel and Evermore by Alison Noel. So I'll be bringing these back with me because I do have all my Evermore at the other house, besides these ones. And I have The Awakening by Kelly Armstrong. So there will be a lot of books that I will probably bring back just because I have all the other books in the series back in my house. We'll do another video about that. And then actually no, I have my Shadow Kiss, which is not coming out of there because it's about to fall apart. But I have All the Days of Her Life by Laura Mae Daniel, and one of my personal favorites by Laura Mae Daniel that I can't believe I didn't bring, and that's Reach for Tomorrow. So those two. And then the other two I have in my box that I'm not bringing out is my Fruit Basket Volume 1 and my Shadow Kiss that I found. And that one's really messed up, so I can't bring it. And I feel sorry for that. But there you go, guys. There you have it. That was my unboxing book haul thing. I'll see you for the next video where I'll divide my books in between things that are staying and things that are going. Alright, bye guys!